Hey, welcome back to the Tailosive Space Podcast, coming to you live on location. Well, it's not live. I shouldn't say that. DJ, how are you?
I'm doing great. How was Starbase?
You can't see my big smile. It's really great. Right now, I'm cooking in a car, waiting for some cops to allow me down a road that may or may not lead to a successfully static fire tested Booster 3. I almost said SN3. That's not correct.
That one was a little while ago.
Booster
Nick.
3. That was a long time. I missed that one by about a year and a half. Unfortunately, I'm not used to the southern bugs, and oh my lord, there are some skeeters that are after me. It's been war, guys, and so I'm currently bunkered up in my vehicle, trying to avoid the mosquitoes, but somehow they got in. So we're gonna sweat it out. Can't have the AC for audio reasons, and I can't roll down the windows because bugs. And so you guys will be watching me sweat more and more profusely as the day goes on. So,
AKA, this episode will be slightly shorter than others.
yes, it will. It's slightly shorter for a few different reasons. DJ, I've been looking forward to this show for quite a while. Ever since I pulled into Starbase yesterday afternoon. It's like I cannot wait to nerd out about this with DJ. And if there's one person that I really wish was right here next to me, DJ, it's you. So
thank you.
I really wish the mosquitoes would eat you instead of me. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I've lived in Mississippi all my life up until now. I'm used to the mosquitoes. They don't bite me as much as they bite others. So I think you're still in trouble on that one.
Bummer. Do you want to bring one of your friends who doesn't have that problem?
Sure.
Make it a trio. So I went to Starbase and I'm loving it. As I kill a mosquito that was on my neck, I'm loving it. It is surreal, to be honest. Like, it is pulling up to see both of the SN15 and the SN16 prototypes just sitting there with like the Starbase sign and then like the launch tower, which we've talked about ad nauseum. It wasn't something I was expecting to feel, but it's so cool. So happy to be down here. So happy to get to meet the people and live the life. And yeah, there's a lot of driving involved. But so I'm not really sure what this show is going to turn into because normally we talk about the news. So why don't we start with that before Nick starts ranting about how awesome Boca Chica is, huh? News-wise, DJ, we had a static fire.
We did, didn't we?
Did you see it? Did you see it live?
No, I did not. I was asleep.
Oh, you call yourself a fan of space.
Hey, I thought it was
you.
going to happen earlier in the day, and then, of course, as soon as I went to go take my late afternoon nap on my day off, it happens.
DJ, you are a disappointment to the entire space community. We're all immeasurably disappointed with you.
But you have firsthand experience in hearing of it now, don't you?
I do. It is so cool. So I was, I've been plagued with internet issues, and so I was uploading a few videos at a coffee shop that had halfway decent internet, and by halfway decent I mean about like 6 megabits up, which sounds terrible trying to load anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was sketch. Kill another mosquito here, just because he was easy target. There's a big semi truck. So I was uploading videos, and I'd been down at the production site basically since I got here last night. Didn't really leave. I ended up sleeping. I've been car camping, hence the mosquito issues. I ended up sleeping down at the Boca Chica beach, which
nice.
is, as far as I can tell, someone on the internet let me know, but as far as I can tell, it's open public beach camping. And so there aren't any signs, and there's a few websites that say that it's open beach camping, but none of those were government websites. But no one came and talked to me. The cool thing, though, about that was I got to wake up looking at the launch tower. That was
Oh man,
probably the coolest part of the trip so far.
dude, I
Just
so wish I could be down there for that. That just seems unreal.
I'm sorry, but we'd have to get separate cars. I wouldn't want to wake up next to you. Sorry. I don't know what your fiance would have to say about that, but no. So yeah, that was definitely really cool. But because of that, because I stayed literally 100 feet away from the launch tower. Okay, not 100 feet, probably like 1,000 feet away from the launch tower. You just lose perspective with the scale. But because I stayed so close, I basically stayed there until the roads closed at noon, and so I hightailed it out of there around noon. And then I was trying to upload all my videos and run a few errands. And so because of that, I lost track of time. And I looked at my Lab Padre stream, which is probably the better coverage, that and NASA spaceflight, as far as being able to watch stuff live. And I was like, oh no, they're about to do the 10-minute warning sound. And so I hightailed it down. Ow. Did you guys see that mosquito come up on my neck? You had to have.
That slap was loud in my ears. That must have hurt.
There he is. What? They're after me. They must be Jeff Bezos fans. Anyway, because of that, I was trying to get down to the south point of Lab Padre Island, and I was unfortunately a little bit late. I'd parked my car and I was walking towards the beach where everyone else was standing. I was about, I don't know, 1,000 feet away, and then I heard the big boom for about 2 seconds. It was just a and then it was over.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I didn't see it, but I heard it. So I'm
Well, looking at the Twitter video that I saw from it, it wasn't much to see, and that was a closer look at it too than where you would have been standing.
No. It wasn't much of a boom because there were only 3 Raptors, and we've seen 3 Raptor static fires before. Elon had said that this one was going to be a full duration static fire, and he even confirmed after the fact that it was a full duration static fire. So I'm a little confused on what full duration means. I guess I need to do some research.
That probably means it was the full planned duration of the static fire. So
that makes sense.
That's what I would assume.
I was expecting like a 2.5, 3 minute burn. I was getting excited.
That would be that would be cool to see during a static fire.
Totally. Yeah, so I missed the visuals, but I got the audio experience, and that was still pretty legit. So I'm looking forward to the next one, whenever that may be. We'll see what the next plan is here. Actually, though, should say before we get too far off that topic, Elon did say that the next static fire is likely still going to be with BN3, but it might have 9 engines.
I did see that just before we got on the call.
Ooh.
I'm like, what?
What do you think about that?
That is going to be unreal because we have not seen that yet.
Literally unreal. 9 Raptors going at once. Raptors are bigger than Merlins, and we've heard 9 Merlins with a Falcon 9, so
much farther away as well. Fire. Much farther away.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be insane. I cannot wait to experience that. I'm not sure what the next plan is directly after this. They did have 2 other road closure dates scheduled for tomorrow and Wednesday, but likely since this one was a success, they'll cancel those and probably schedule some new road closures for a couple weeks out for that 9 Raptor test. And I want to be there for that. That is going to be some earth-shattering, literally, rumbles. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you should come down too, TJ. We'll have lots of fun.
Oh man,
mosquitoes off my neck.
If I could be down there, I so would. Oh god, just seeing the BN3 pictures on the internet is a whole lot different than getting texted a picture of BN3.
You know what's different than getting texted a picture of BN3, DJ?
Taking the picture of BN3.
Taking a picture of exactly. Yeah, it's still surreal. Like I I'm struggling to put it into words. Just it's something that I've spent so much of my life talking about, researching, watching videos on, watching live streams, watching tests, diving into the details of what 304L stainless steel is because I'm a nerd, and to see it all standing in front of me it was surreal. Is probably the best way to put that. Got another one. The smell is probably the most interesting thing
Really?
that I gathered from being down here. It smells of fresh sea air, nickel, and some kind of inert gas, which I guess should be expected, but it's you have to come down to experience.
Sounds like an interesting mix.
It is. It almost smells like a nickel when you rub a nickel, and it gets hot and smelly. You mix that with like fresh sea air and like, I don't know, just like a little bit of like helium or something too. Like just some weird gas that you're not used to smelling.
Okay.
Anyway, that I picked up on a few of those smells. But dude, it's so nice down here. Like, besides the bugs, it's in the cell service, and I'm talking myself out of saying it's a nice place, but it's a nice place down here. So we had BN3's first full duration static fire with 3 Raptors. Hopefully we're shooting for 9 Raptors sooner than later. And Elon also said in that tweet that they could shoot 9 Raptors 9 times. That's kind of cool.
Dang.
So
okay.
BN3 might not just be a one and done test article like some of us were expecting. It might be a more serious test bed, and we haven't seen a ton of BN4 yet. We've seen a few pipes and pressure domes and rings and stuff, but nothing like, gosh, nothing. They're almost getting comedic timing at this point. I don't know where they're coming from, honestly. It's scary. Yeah, I don't think we'll have BN4 ready to go super soon, unfortunately. Just with the cadence that they seem to be taking here. Like, I guess there could be a ton of stuff in the tints that we haven't seen, but I don't know. I feel like BN3 was in this position that BN4 is probably about a month ago. So
yeah,
take that as you will. Who knows how fast SpaceX can push some of this stuff, but I'm not expecting really much action on that front anytime soon. Anywho, dude, what else space-wise? We didn't do a regular prep for this episode. If you couldn't tell, our well-researched selves are not well-researched. We already talked about Richard Branson, right?
Yeah, we talked about that in the last episode.
Okay. So I think now we'd be remiss to not bring up the big event that's happening tomorrow. The 61st...
Probably
the 60,
yesterday,
the 62nd,
for whoever's listening.
But, yeah, probably yesterday or day after that, depending on how Nick's internet situation sorts itself out as. But tomorrow, as of recording, Tuesday the 20th, we will be celebrating the 62nd anniversary of Apollo 11 moon landing. I'm not going to give Jeff Bezos the time of day. No. No. So, yeah, Jeff Bezos is obviously going to be going up on his suborbital hop tomorrow. Wish him the best of success. And all of the other crew members, who exactly is on the Blue Origin New Shepard there?
It's
Jeff,
him,
right?
Yeah, him, and his brother, and Wally Funk, and then the unnamed big bidder for that seat that costs like $28 million or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if
this is.
I'm gonna see if we have an update on that.
We do have a name.
We do?
Yeah, we do. This is why we normally do prep for the show.
Yes.
We didn't today. The person, the mysterious $28 million bidder, said that he, quote, had scheduling conflicts and regrettably could not make it, end quote. Last I checked, if I was going to spend $28 million to go on a once-in-a-lifetime ride, I'd clear my schedule. So I don't know what that guy had come up, but I can't imagine really anything else being that important. Like, birth of your child,
Yeah.
I don't know. The flight only takes 20 minutes, so maybe we can fit that in.
Just ask them to induce labor later or something like that. Oh,
Exactly.
dude, I did not see
Like, I
this
can't.
last time I checked.
Yeah. So
This,
so the billionaire millionaire person ended up giving the seat to who is now going to become the youngest astronaut ever.
yeah,
Did you see that?
yes, I'm looking at it right now on pre-launch.
Do you have his name? Is it Owen?
Yes, Oliver
Oliver.
Damon. Oliver Damon.
Oliver, congratulations. He's 18 years old and he's going to be the youngest person in space by a long shot. The current record, I think, sits at 32, 31, something like that.
This is
And
this is like
the
the
Inspiration
best.
4 gal was going to win it.
Yeah, this is like the best birthday, graduation, Christmas, and everything that you can all rolled into one for this dude.
Yep. A couple times over, honestly. I'm so in support of that decision by the anonymous millionaire billionaire because this one flight is going to have both the youngest and the oldest person ever to cross the Kármán line,
Yep.
which I think is a kind of a fun record, seeing as it's going to be a while before we get someone younger than 18 to fly to space, and it's going to be a while before we get someone who's older than
82. 82.
82?
Yep.
To fly into space. I think Blue Origin made a good idea here to have a nice balance of record keeping ability. You know, they're not gonna have that record taken from them for a little while, flying both the oldest and the youngest person to going to space at the same time. So yeah, exciting for that flight. Super excited for Wally Funk too. Like, she's waited so long for this. It is awesome to see that she's finally getting an opportunity to fly in space.
Yeah, I mean, this will just be a really cool flight. I hate on Jeff Bezos a lot, but this will be cool.
Yeah, I do my. Sorry, I was taking a drink there. You couldn't see. And normally we have an unspoken rule that we'd fill dead air when the other person is drinking, but he couldn't see because I have bad internet. Yeah, so Jeff Bezos is gonna be an astronaut, which is kind of cool, and he's gonna beat Elon, but unfortunately Richard already beat him. So
I don't think Elon cares as much if as long as Branson beat Bezos.
100%. 100%. Elon seems to be much more concerned about okay. It looks like the cops are taking the cones away.
Oh.
We might get to go on a little road trip here,
Ooh,
guys. Look out.
road trip to the site.
And DJ can't see, so this is just going to be even more fun for him. He'll have to watch it on the show like the rest of you.
You mean I'll actually watch an episode of our own?
Well, I knew we had one viewer, but I wasn't sure if that was my mom or you. Yeah, so Jeff Bezos, astronaut. Elon Musk, not astronaut, but one of these people has flown people to the International Space Station a couple times. So,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of flying people to the International Space Station,
ooh,
I don't know if you've seen it, but Starliner is actually starting to get prepped.
ooh, really?
Yes. So I'm gonna see if I can
Okay,
pull
tell
it
me
up.
more.
Yeah. So I saw this like 2 days
Wait,
ago or something like that.
Starliner or Orion?
So I think it's pretty sure it's Starliner because I saw somewhere that the current the current Crew Dragon capsule will do another kind of like shifty thing, like they did last time. Before before this current Crew Dragon went up, Crew 1 moved. Crew 2 is going to do the same thing, and that's to make room for Starliner to go up.
Really?
So
Okay.
if I'm correct, that is what's going to be happening. Is Starliner is finally going to be going up on its second attempt of its orbital test flight.
Nice. That is super exciting to hear. Hopefully they make it. and they know what time it is.
Yeah.
For you guys watching, I'm going to turn out my light here real quick. I don't want to be driving with the light on because it's kind of hard to see when it's dark outside. So you guys are looking at a black screen at the moment.
Hey, you get to see me more. Woohoo!
Hey, maybe if post-production Nick remembers, I'll just cut the video portion and give DJ the whole screen. You never know.
Oh, that'd be great. Just take in all this. Don't do that, or you might be blinded.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
NASA tweeted 2 hours ago, at NASA Kennedy, Boeing Space's Starliner is atop the ULA launch rocket that will send it on a mission to rendezvous and dock with the space station. The Friday,
Nice.
July 30th flight will provide valuable data towards certifying the spacecraft to fly astronauts. So this just kind of came out of the woodworks as a finally it's going to go to space again and hopefully not screw up again. But,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it finally, after over a year and a half.
Wow.
A year and a half later.
A whole year and a half. This is kind of cool that all this is happening in July. Like, we have the Virgin Galactic flight, we have the Blue Origin New Shepard flight,
Yeah.
we have BN3 testing, we have, like, it just feels like July is the month for space.
It really
which is
really
kind of
does.
my favorite month now. Who knows what the rest of the year will hold?
That doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you're down there right now, right?
Who, me? No. Obsessed about space? Ha! Ha! Yes, I am, actually.
So
Extremely obsessed. It's
yeah,
unhealthy.
it looks like on Wednesday, July 21st, 2 p.m., they'll hold a Reddit AMA to discuss roles ahead of the OFT-2 flight. And it's, of course, the second uncrewed flight of Starliner. So,
Nice.
yeah, we've got 11 days until that goes up, or supposedly tries to go up.
Well, someone needs to make sure to pack their stopwatch, or at least make sure that Starliner knows what time it is.
You know what? They need to just kind of like get a clock that looks like Miss Minutes and
Ooh.
like slap it onto the side of the Starliner and just kind of point a video camera at it and let it know what time it is.
There you go. And Miss Minutes is super organized and definitely not the evil orchestrator behind the whole MCU.
Absolutely. Just, gotta trust Miss Minutes. She's the most trustworthy thing there is in the universe. Time is everything.
I mean, she has a southern accent, so that's probably a good point too. Anywho, wow, how did we get off that topic?
All right, but
I should mention here. I'm driving on it right now. Highway 4 has a lot of potholes. Like a significant number of potholes. Like
is it a
man-eating-
pothole every 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or 5 seconds? How much we talking here?
Well, we're going about 55 right now. It's the speed limit, and it's kind of dark out, and there are opposing headlights coming at me because all the engineers are leaving. So I can't turn my brights on, which means that I really can't see the potholes coming up, so I can't really swerve to avoid them as well as I have before. So it's just kind of hoping my suspension doesn't fall apart. But the reason why these potholes are appearing so frequently is because this road was never designed to have thousands of people traversing it every day.
Yeah.
And it's just dying much faster than it was supposed to. And it's actually kind of funny because right in front of the launch pad and landing pad 2, unfortunately for SN11, the SpaceX is in the process of basically redoing that whole road in front of it.
Dang.
So SpaceX, and interestingly enough, without the permission of the state who owns the highway, which just shows you how fast SpaceX moves, SpaceX ripped up the road, the asphalt, because it got, too damaged after SN11, and they put a bunch of road base, and they haven't found time yet to pave it. And so now it's just like a quarter-mile stretch of really bumpy road-based dirt, and it's so dusty. And anyway, kind of funny to think that SpaceX is having such an impact on the local environment. Obviously, building towers and stuff is cool, but like something as simple as having potholes appear more frequently than they should is kind of weird.
You know,
Anyway.
I don't really think the county will really care about SpaceX paving a new road, because paving roads is expensive, and what does every state and local government always have trouble with? It's paving roads, because they don't want to spend the money. So I think they're fine with that.
Yippers. Yippers. SpaceX, I've talked to a few locals around here so far, and I'm hoping to be able to talk to more soon. But one of the guys I was talking to, he grew up just on the other side of the border, so he's on the Mexico side, but he grew up, his whole childhood was in this area. And he just said, I am so thankful that SpaceX has come. The whole area was dying. You know, there wasn't much industry. You know, there's no good jobs, and there's no there's some at the port, but
Yeah.
you know, not a ton of good jobs. And SpaceX put Boca Chica on the map, and for some locals who really appreciate, you know, change and, you know, where SpaceX has taken them, they're really supportive. But then there's like the 200 angry locals who want everything to go back to the way it was, which I just find really entertaining.
The 200 out of the 200,000 in the surrounding areas that just hate SpaceX with all their guts.
Yep, exactly. Save RGV. No, they're allowed to. This is literally their backyard. So, you know, I do think that SpaceX is not being as considered as they could be of the local environment they find themselves in, and I think that's really because they're just so focused on getting to Mars. They don't really have many people skills or, you know, niceties about them.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, just the road situation's kind of been the big tumult with all the locals who are angry that SpaceX is wrecking the roads, which I get. I'm here driving on the roads too, so yeah, wouldn't be here without SpaceX. I was thinking that, like, I wonder if I would have ever come down here. Like, it's a really pretty. Can you hear me, DJ?
There we go. Now you're back.
Welcome to the land of bad service. Once we get to Starbase, it should be better. So, if you stop hearing me, I'll just keep filibustering until I hear you again.
Sounds good.
Likewise. Anyway, yeah, the road situation here is, I think, just indicative of SpaceX's general ethos of do it first and ask questions later, or it's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission, whichever one you prefer to use. SpaceX definitely doesn't slow down for anything, whether that's a government or a group of people or whatever, and it's exciting as someone who's looking in, watching, and kind of getting to see the whole process. But just driving around here, I can also see how it would be frustrating for a local who's, you know, used to fishing at this beach, which is a beautiful beach, by the way, for their whole life, and now they have to check Twitter to figure out if they can go to the beach. What?
Yeah. It sounds like out of time and money, money has a lot less value than time for SpaceX. So
yes, very much so. Speaking of time, though, this road is a lot longer than I thought it would be. When I first drove down here, I'd seen it on the map, and I knew that it was, you know, a good couple miles. But this Highway 4, from the last stop sign to when you pull up to the Starbase sign, it's like a solid 16 miles.
Jeez.
Which takes a good couple minutes to drive. And
yeah, that sounds like a little while.
Everyone. Yeah, it does. That's not the bad part, though. The bad part really is when you want to go to the other side to kind of watch it from the Pearl or wherever. When
South Padre.
They're doing any tests. You have to literally drive like 20 minutes one way, a minute north, and then 20 minutes the exact way that you came, just a little bit further north to the other side. You make this huge C, like the letter C. It's pretty terrible.
God.
But anyway, I just wasn't expecting to spend 50 minutes driving from Starbase to the other side of the. I don't know. It just looks smaller on the map. It's definitely big in person.
Jeez. So the stop sign, does it actually like, or where like they actually make the roadblock, is that like over in like at the very end of the road where it kind of turns back into the town area?
Can you run that by me one more time? You kind of cut out there.
Ah, gotcha. So where they actually have the roadblock at, I'm looking at the map right now. Does it go all the way down Highway 4 to like where it turns back into the town almost?
The roadblock for the like when they're doing tests.
Ooh, you cut out. What'd you say?
I'm sorry, we're having connection here. I'll just answer the question the way I understood it, and you can correct me later, DJ. The way I understood the question is the road? Do they have the roadblocks kind of next to the town for when you do when they do the tests? And the answer is yes, they do. The Highway 4 is a big highway that runs all the way through Brownsville, actually, and then all the way to the beach at the very end. And on the beach side, there's really no barriers or anything at all, but that's because the only entrance to that beach is the highway. And so the sheriff's department only needs to shut down the entrance to the highway at the city side. And so they just park one or two cop cars, just have their lights on with a couple traffic cones. Everybody kind of seems to know the deal.
It's like, hey, don't go past here now.
Exactly. And there are a few locals who still live back here. So while I was sitting there, there's probably, I don't know, 20 or so locals who pulled up, rolled their window down, told the cops, hey, I live over here. And, I'm sure they know each other at this point. And just got to drive straight through. Yep. I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and stop. I don't know. So we're getting close. I can see part of the facility here. We're getting kind of close.
Woo-hoo.
Part of me was going to stop at the Starbase sign just to show everybody, but you have all seen that. And to be honest, I'm really curious to see what's going on with BN3. I am literally the first civilian through the gate at the moment, so we'll just drive straight over to BN3, and everyone watching this will see me hop out of the car real quick in a few minutes, and I'm gonna go retrieve a microphone that I planted out there.
Oh.
We'll see if it survived.
Interesting.
And we'll also see if it was recording for all 8 hours. I guess 10 at this point.
That's a long time for recording. I hope you had a big SD card in there.
I put a clean 256 gig SD card, and I put fresh batteries in it, and I plugged it into a big power pack. So I think overheating would be the biggest issue, or the blast, because I thought I put it pretty far away. I thought it was gonna be okay, but as we were watching the blast, the whole static fire, I saw the big cloud of dust go far past where I had the microphone. So I'm just like, A, is the microphone still there, or is it disintegrated? Or B, is the mechanics of the microphone now going to be busted, similar to having your eardrums blown out? I don't know. We'll have to see if it's alive. So.
Oh,
we'll
dude, this is cool. I'm looking on the map right now, and there is now a little airplane on it that when you click on it shows Starbase. And
that's new, actually. As of this weekend.
Really? Wow. Why can I not get it to work right now? Like, I clicked on it and then something else popped up. Let's see.
Yeah, it wasn't there when I was planning this trip. When I got down here, I noticed it was there, and I was like, huh, well, that's new. This wasn't there last time I looked.
So it says weekend. Starbase Industry, 945 miles away from me, and then it actually has SpaceX's website linked to it. That is neat.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So while you're still pulling up there, something else kind of started being wrapped up today down there that we've been waiting on, hadn't it?
Yeah.
So,
what was that?
The 8th segment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, minor things. Yeah, the 8th segment. We were kind of waiting for that to that to finally appear, and it's a lot shorter than I was expecting.
Yeah,
I was kind of
yeah.
expecting a little bit bigger of a segment.
It's like half
But,
the height of the other ones.
It is. And I don't know if you got to see any of the close-ups that either myself or some of the other people down here have posted, but they seem to be a little bit more certain on what they're doing with the catching mechanism, because they have this whole, like, I don't know, I want to call like a wing or something pointing out from one of the corners of the launch tower.
Yeah, I see that in your photo that you sent me. That was the first thing I noticed, and then I noticed it being shorter. I was like, wait, there's something on that.
Yeah.
This, okay, how ridiculously tall is this in person?
On a scale of 1 to oh my goodness, it's oh my goodness squared. It's definitely the tallest it's definitely the tallest object within I don't know, 6-8 mile radius. I'd imagine it's taller than some of the hotels down on the island.
It could be taller than the Pearl.
It's definitely taller than the Pearl, but there are two towers that are right next to the Pearl. I haven't looked them up to see what they are, but those are significantly taller than the Pearl, which, for anyone who doesn't know, is the hotel there. Okay, so update on my drive. I've passed Starbase. I'm now on the area between the booster and the serial numbers here. I'm real close to the boosters, actually. I kind of freaked out and got quiet there a second ago because the cop that I was following out flipped a Yui real quick and turned on his lights. And so I was like, oh no, crap, am I actually not supposed to be here? But he stopped. He just like flipped a Yui and stopped. So I don't know. We'll see if I'm supposed to be over here. But yep, Booster 3 is standing there proud and tall. It's right there. Yeah, this is exciting. So we'll stop real quick, and I'll spin the camera around so that some people can see here, and then I'm gonna run and grab my mic, and we'll report back, and then I'm gonna have to end the show here and do some video recording of the booster now that it's static tested proven. Yeah. So, any other closing questions that you have about Starbase? Because, boy, do I have tons of thoughts, and I hate to feel like I'm just monologuing.
What was the most unexpected thing when you got down there? Let's go with that one.
Okay. Definitely the mosquitoes. I probably should have been expecting those, but the mosquitoes came as oh my gosh, they still have like cryogenic something or other venting out of the booster. Oh, that's cool. All right, hopefully it's safe. I mean, they let me in. So
you know what I just thought of? Who is it that has like the road cam as well?
The road cam, NSF has lots of the cameras around NASA spaceflight. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about, I guess. But
I was gonna try. I was like, I wonder if they keep the road cam on all the time, since I don't watch their streams very much. Because I could have just like kind of peeked at it and seen if I saw you go through there.
Oh yeah, you probably could have. So I just pulled up here. I'm gonna let it chill. There's a bunch of activity around the security shack, so we'll see if anyone comes up and tells me I can't be here. Because if I can't, then I guess I gotta leave. But yeah, Booster 3 is definitely just there, and it's happy. It looks very happy, as a good booster should be after a successful test.
Aha! Let's see
All
here.
Right, I'm gonna flip the light on. I know, DJ, you can't see this. But we'll
I
flip the
think
camera around.
I think I just saw your car roll through on the stream.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so for those of you watching the video on the YouTubes, which everyone totally should be watching on the YouTubes, that is booster serial number 3, or booster number 3, and that is the thing that just performed the static fire. Unfortunately, they don't have good lights on it at the moment, so I can't really see how the Raptors look. Last night they had a ton of lights on it. Today they don't really. So it looks successful though, so that's always good news. So sorry, DJ, you couldn't partake in that fun little thing, but I know all the internet connections. I was really hoping that AT&T would help us out here, but I even switched to
not
them,
so much.
Not so much at this point. Anywho, guys, I'm gonna, DJ, if you want to close out here, if you give me about a minute, I'm gonna run and grab my mic and I'll be right back.
All right.
So, starting now.
All right. So let's give Nick a little surprise here and see if I can kind of just, find the car of his. But I guess that'll be it for this week on Talos' Space. Of course, there will be a lot of shows from Nick this week since he's down there in Starbase. So keep a lookout for his Today at Starbase segments, and I guess we'll see you later.
All right, update. I'll put this in at the post here. I don't know if DJ's still rolling, but I'm still am. Microphone looks like it survived. Looks like everything's still working from what I can tell with the... Ow, jeez, these mosquitoes! Ah! They're gonna eat me, I know it. Everything seems to be working, although I couldn't see if it was actually recording or not. So I will pull it up on my computer here, and I'm sure you guys will hear it all on Twitter. Anyway, thanks so much for joining. Have a good one. See you guys in the next one. Godspeed.